It is an absolutely monumental game this weekend, tomorrow, as Chelsea face Leicester City. Enzo Maresca's former club, no less. And with the table shaping up the way that it is, and with us playing Arsenal in our next game after this one, this, for many reasons, is an absolute must-win game. Nottingham Forest and Manchester City, 20 minutes into their game, it's 0-0. If it stays that way and Chelsea beat Leicester, we will go third on goal difference. And so for that reason alone, it is an absolutely massive game. Not to mention, of course, the fact that it is his former side. It is a massive game for that reason as well. Coming into this game, Chelsea are, of course, not really, they've got much to really scream and shout about at the moment in terms of Premier League football. Our record as of late hasn't been too good. 3 losses and 2 wins in our last 5 games. At home, we are unbeaten in our last 4 games. A draw against Bournemouth back on the 14th of January, 2-2. I think that was a late one, wasn't it? It was a late equaliser from James. It was indeed. And then we have won 3 on the bounce and now come up against second to bottom Leicester City. They have 4 wins, 5 draws and 18 losses with 25 goals scored and 61 goals conceded. They themselves, listen, their record is absolutely abysmal. And looking more specifically at it, in the Premier League, they have lost their last 4 games, 4-0 to Everton, 2-0 at home to Arsenal, 4-0 at home to Brentford, and they have most recently lost about a week ago to West Ham away from home. So they are without a goal, absolutely written in the stars that they score their first goal since they played against Tottenham on the 26th of January. They have not scored a goal in close to 2 months. We'll say 1.5. Let's not go overboard. This team hasn't scored in nearly 2 months, right? Chelsea, as we know, our clean sheet record is pretty abysmal. I think it's 4 clean sheets in this whole Premier League campaign. So, listen, they've conceded 8, 10, 12 goals in their last 4 games without response. So the worry that we will lose really shouldn't be on the cards. The initial worry should be, can we keep a clean sheet? Because, listen, say what you want about Chelsea. Say what you want about us as a team in terms of when moments matter at the moment. We've become a little bit Spursy at times at the moment. Playing against Southampton 4-0, a lot of people, including myself, had a lot of worries about how we would show up for that game. And we did come out with, a really good result. A really, really good result. A result that we and many other people would have been thinking, that's a good result. That's a good result that you can be happy with. I still think the celebrations that we had were a little bit weird, but reasons have come out now. Fucking, Colwell's from Southampton and his family is Southampton fans, so he's giving it a lot of that. Pedro Neto did that for his last goal, and I'm not sure I believe it. I'm not sure. On the day of a protest, it seems a little bit on the nose, but I digress. Coming into this game, shall we get into a little bit of the starting 11? This is the starting 11 for the game against Copenhagen. I think you can expect Jorgensen to come in for Sanchez. I don't see Badiashile playing many games for the rest of the season. He came off at half-time, was it? He really wasn't happy whatsoever, Maresca, I would say, with Badiashile. But then playing him at left back was always going to be a bit of a weird one. I think we will remain seeing Reece James in midfield after Enzo Maresca said after the game against Copenhagen that he did and does continue to see James as a midfielder, not as a defender. And to be quite honest with you, I'm liking seeing James getting more involved in games these days, all whilst being able to, limit the strain on his recurring injuries. In defence, we will obviously see Colwill. I think we will see Gusto at right back. Obviously, Wesley Fofana is back. Romeo Lavia is also back, but I don't think we will see either of them play, even off the bench. I just don't see the point in risking it. I think Wesley Fofana, even though he is back, it's not. It probably is 100%, but I just wouldn't risk it just yet. He is available to play, like I say, but I don't think he will start over either Trevor Chalobah or Levi Colwill. Cucurella at right back, left back, sorry. James in the middle with Caicedo, and then we will see, of course. Oh, it's going to be a bit of a tricky one, isn't it? We're going to have Palmer there, no doubt. Then we're going to have. I don't think George will start. I think it will be Madueke. I think it will be Neto up top. And it's either going to be Nkunku or Sancho. But where's Enzo Fernandez going to go? That's the question. That is the question. Because you can't not start James. You can't not start James. So let me just have a quick look. Yeah. Maybe James doesn't start. I don't know. I'm still going to go with Neto up top. I think Nkunku starts on the wing. I think he likes James in the middle, but he has just played like a couple of days ago. So for that reason, I am going to go with Enzo Fernandez aside. Moises Caicedo and Palmer are there. And I think that's our starting 11. I do think that's our starting 11. I don't think there's anything in worries of anyone that's recently played being injured. Unless I'm being forgetful. But there we go. That's the starting 11. Let's get on to the predictions for this game. And I just think, much like the Southampton game, I think it's a whole load of worry over nothing. And if we do lose this game, Enzo Maresca, I worry for you, mate. I worry for you because whilst I don't think you will get sacked, and I think it was still, not necessary. I just listen. We have had so many fucking chances to go in the top 3 when in a competition. In a season where it is just the most absurd thing for Chelsea to be in this race in the way that we are as one of the front runners. We are at the top. We aren't near. We aren't one of these teams, I say that, only 4 points between us and 10th. But still, we're in a better position than Aston Villa, than Fulham, than Brighton, And we find ourselves in these positions every single week where we go, fucking hell, you know what? We could really secure being in the top 4, or better yet, we could actually leapfrog and go into the top 3 for the first time in fucking ages. But we never do it. This is one of those games against your former club, against the second to the bottom in the league, after beating the bottom of the league 4-0. They haven't scored in 4 games. They haven't scored in nearly 2 months. They've conceded 12 in the last 4 games without response. We need to fucking win this game. Enzo Maresca, you need to win this game. With that said, my predictions for this game are that it's going to be tight. I do think Leicester will somehow score, and it'll be the first goal that they concede because it is just a wildly Chelsea thing to do. But I do think it will be 3 or 4-1, just based off of their recent results. They have been so bad at keeping the goals out. So 3-1. They've lost 4-0, 2-0, 4-0, 2-0. I think 3-1 Chelsea. 3-1 Chelsea. I think, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. And if the game that I'm currently watching at the moment carries on the way that it's going, and then we win against Leicester, we will go 3rd on goal difference. With that said, please let me know your predictions in the comments down below. Please like the video, subscribe, hit the bell notifications, be notified of any future content on the channel. My name is Harry, out the Chelsea, and peace.